Good afternoon from Mile High Stadium. Bob Martin and
For
Larry
25
Zimmer.
seasons, the legendary voice of Bob Martin echoed through the radios of Denver Bronco fans everywhere. He bridged each era, touched the lives of the Broncos family, and his friendship will never be forgotten.
Stadium, this is Sky 1. We'll be delivering the Broncos game ball in approximately 30 seconds. Over.
We're about 30 seconds.
How high is it? 4,000 feet AGL.
Where will he come out? Which side will he come out on?
He'll come out of the right door. The winds are blowing 180 degrees once they get inside the stadium.
Randy. This is Randy.
I'd like all the photographers off the field now.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Here comes the game ball, gentlemen. I hope he doesn't fumble.
In 1989, the Denver Broncos returned to the rarefied air of the NFL's elite by winning their third AFC title in 4 seasons. They were Mile High champions. The Denver Broncos were the most dominant team in the American Football Conference in 1989. They featured the NFL's toughest defense to score on, special teams that were dependable and rugged, and an offense that bulked up in order to exploit the extraordinary talents of its quarterback and one of the game's most exciting rookie runners. This proved to be an explosive formula. It was a stirring season for Bronco fans and the entire organization, and you could see the pride and success in their eyes. Yet in spite of their enthusiasm and many accomplishments, Denver still could not achieve its ultimate goal, a world championship.
Black 200 Jets, Denver! Black 200 Jets,
Against the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 24, Murphy's Law was written in orange and blue, as everything that could go wrong did go wrong for the Denver Broncos.
Hold on. That's all right. That's just a chance to hit him again. Keep hitting him now. Keep hitting him.
No way in that one. No way in that one, sir.
Right here, Henry.
No way in that one, sir. No way in that one, sir. Come on. Come on.
There were no breaks for the Broncos, as every inch in a game of inches favored the 49ers on this bitter Super Sunday.
It was difficult for me from the standpoint that I knew we had really accomplished something that a lot of people, you know, would have loved to have swapped places with us. But about the middle of the third quarter, I would have loved to have swapped places with any of them.
Hold up now, hey.
Hey, man, we ain't having no fun, man. We having bullshit.
Let's make some plays.
Loosen up, man.
Tackle him, the other guys will get him. What's happening, man?
What happened was that Denver's dreams of a world championship were shattered once more.
Unbelievable. When you look back on this year, we're all going to be very disappointed because we did not win this game. But at the same time, you have to look back and realize that you won a lot of big games to get here. It's just we didn't win this big one. But again, one of these years, the Broncos are going to get one.
That the Broncos had earned a third Super Bowl appearance in 4 seasons was a remarkable achievement for a team that many had picked to finish no better than 4th in their division. During the offseason, head coach Dan Reeves had made several difficult decisions. The biggest was a shakeup of his staff that included the hiring of new defensive coordinator Wade Phillips. Reeves also infused his team with youth, as 17 fresh new faces made the opening day roster. These changes appeared fairly drastic for a team that had only missed the playoffs by 1 victory the previous season. But on opening day against the Kansas City Chiefs,
Get this party started, baby.
the very first play against Denver's defense proved that these changes were obviously for the better.
Berg looks to his right, throws to his right, and is intercepted. Tyrone Braxton picks off the first play of the game. Braxton, 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
Denver's revitalized defense scored the game's first touchdown, and it also scored the last.
The Bergs drop to the 5-yard line. This time the throw is intercepted, and it will be a touchdown return. Randy Robbins takes it away.
In between defensive scores, the running, blocking, and receiving of Sammy Winder, Jeff Alexander, and Steve Sewell, number 30, added up to an expected home victory. What happened the following Monday night against the heavily favored Buffalo Bills, however, was a big surprise to many. Michael Brooks recorded a safety as the Broncos thoroughly dispelled any pass shortcomings.
I think that was important for our confidence as a team. Our young players really don't realize that we've had problems on the road, and problems on turf, and problems on Monday night and all that. And so that turned out to be a very important game and gave us a lot of confidence for the rest of the year.
After dominating the AFC's preseason favorite in front of millions on Monday Night Football, Denver returned home for a clash with the Raiders. Quarterback John Elway, number 7, responded to the call by throwing 2 first-half touchdown passes to Mark Jackson, number 80. Elway also ran one in as Denver built an imposing 28-0 halftime lead.
Blitz. Elway runs up in the pocket, gets away. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, John Elway at 29.
Denver's defense pitched a shutout in the first half. They recovered 3 fumbles and intercepted 3 passes. However, when the Raiders rallied in the second half to close to within 28-21, it took a seemingly improbable interception by rookie safety Steve Atwater, number 27, to save the day.
Hold deep. Big play time.
Raiders at their 42, trying to get it tied. Schrader in the pocket, lots of time. Pass intercepted. Atwater at the 30.
A David Treadwell field goal climaxed a 31-21 victory over their arch rivals. And after 3 games, the Broncos were undefeated and heading for Cleveland. For the first time since the 1986 AFC Championship, the Broncos returned to Cleveland, where the sights, sounds, and hospitality never seemed to change. Elway to Vance Johnson, number 82, covered 68 yards. However, the rest of the game was decided by defense. Both teams pounded each other, but it was Cleveland that took a 13-6 lead into the fourth quarter. With the Broncos pinned deep in the end zone next to the infamous dog pound, a hard-fought competitive game took an ugly turn when Denver's offensive huddle was pelted with dog biscuits, batteries, and eggs. The direction of the game was literally changed.
Because of the flying debris, we're going to change ends of the field. Third down.
Now, Bob, that's a new one. They're going to switch sides of the field and let Denver run it the other way. I've never seen that or heard of it. Neither have I. Is it just for this play, or do we do it permanently?
The change was permanent. And now, heading into a stiff breeze, Denver's comeback hopes rested on a quarterback who has made a career out of saving lost causes. It was deja vu in Cleveland as Elway knotted the score at 13 with minutes to play.
The snap to Elway. He backs and throws, and this will be a touchdown. Once again, he found the Vance.
However, for the first time since 1972, the Browns would have the last wind-aided laugh.
Barr will try from 48. The ball is down. Barr's kick is on the way, and this one will just get over the bar. It went 48 yards. It's a good thing it wasn't 48 yards and an inch. And the Browns pull it out 16-13.
Denver's first loss of 1989 was followed by a victory over the Chargers.
Sam rush zero. Sam rush zero. Yeah, nickel.
The defense stonewalled San Diego, and rookie running back Bobby Humphrey, number 26, made the most of his first start by rushing for over 100 yards.
Hold that rock, baby. Hold the rock.
Number 26 delivered the game winner with barely a minute remaining.
Handoff is to Humphrey, straight ahead. He's at the 10, still on his feet at the 5, still going to the goal line. Slams the ball into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobby Humphrey.
Denver not only discovered a young and explosive weapon for their arsenal, it proved that it could still win tight games.
Everybody listen up just a second now. Of course, when you win a game like that, man, you got to be credited for hanging in there, because you never know when good things are going to happen. And that's what we did. We just hung in there. You got to give them credit, man. They did a hell of a job, but we made the play when we had to make it.
The following Sunday, Ring of Fame inductee Randy Gradishar saw the Bronco defense make the play when it had to make it.
We got to make a big stand. Come on, baby. Don't let him in here. You don't want to score? Come on, go, man. Let's go.
4th and goal at the Denver 1-yard line. Dickerson drives left. Oh, he's thrown for a loss. And the Broncos...
A goal line stand preserved a 14-3 win over the Colts. And the following Sunday in Seattle, the Seahawks ran up a 14-point lead before the Broncos defense said, enough. Paced by strong safety Dennis Smith, number 49, Denver forced 2 Seahawk fumbles and stole 2 interceptions. John Elway did his best Houdini impersonation, escaping Seahawk pressure to throw for 344 yards to a variety of targets. That included Orson Mobley, Michael Young, Mark Jackson, and Clarence Kay. Trailing 21-14 with less than 3 minutes to play, Elway mystified the Seahawks one more time.
Rolls left, gets some time. Now the time is going away. Slips the tackle and throws it deep. There's a flag. The ball is caught inside the 25. Johnson will go to the end zone. A 54-yard touchdown.
Vance Johnson's elusive touchdown propelled the game into overtime, where the defense set up the Broncos' 6th win.
Craig to throw it up the middle on 1st down. Intercepted Dennis Smith. And there is the 4th turnover by the Seahawks. Now the Broncos will waste no time and send out the field goal unit to try to win it here. 27-yarder. Kubiak the holder. Snap. Ball down. Treadwell's kick on the way. Let's go home. The Broncos have won it.
With a record of 6-1, the Broncos seemed to have the elements they needed to become mile-high champions. When Wade Phillips became the Broncos' new defensive coordinator, his goals were to simplify the system so that younger players could step right in and attack.
You've got to have great pursuit, great hustle, and great aggressiveness, and that's the first thing you teach.
Sam rush 1-6. Here we go.
From a teaching standpoint, if you go in and say, hey, this is complicated and you're not going to be able to learn it and we got to adjust, and you throw everything at them at once, it's going to be complicated.
Right there. Okay. Tight end across, Dennis.
You just find out the talents of your players and try to utilize that.
Will Bullets 5. Will Bullets 5.
We got Will Bullets 5.
Will Bullets. Hey.
Watch the screen.
Watch the screen.
While recognizing tendencies This defense never let the offense dictate the attack.
Yeah, saw that one. Smell that one.
Only 4 regulars from the previous year lined up in the same positions. And together with 6 new starters, these men raised bumps and punched out turnovers.
That's orange.
All right, ease up, back up. Let me see, back up. Let me in here. All right. Denver ball.
Greg Cragen has the ball.
It's a combination of the system and the right mix of players. Everyone's playing really aggressive and really smart, and it's really exciting.
It's the way to put the wood to them.
The formula used to create this highly combustible defensive mixture had several sources. Much of the talent was homegrown, while defensive end Ron Holmes arrived in a trade with the Bucks. From Plan B, cornerback Wyman Henderson, number 24, and defensive end Alfonso Carricker, number 92, joined proven veterans Andre Townsend, Rick Dennison, Randy Robbins, and Mark Haynes, while youngsters Michael Brooks and Mark Munford blended right in with the rest of the Broncos' established stars. In 1989, the Bronco defense allowed the fewest points in the entire NFL, gave up the fewest rushing yards in the AFC, and finished second in their conference in sacks and takeaways. For several young players, this new attacking defensive system allowed them to fulfill a dream by earning a starting role.
I was thrilled about it. I got on the phone, I called my mom back at home, and I called my sisters, all my sisters and brothers. I have 13. So I got on the phone and called them all up, and they was excited for me too, and they knew this is what I always wanted to do, is be a starter in the National Football League.
Another exceptional first-year starter was cornerback Tyrone Braxton, number 34, who led the Broncos with 6 interceptions. Braxton played a starring role and solidified the right corner, while Plan B acquisition Wyman Henderson was solid as a rock at the left corner. Denver's first draft choice, Steve Atwater, number 27, started at free safety, and his impact was immediate. Second on the team in tackles, Atwater definitely earned respect in his rookie year and benefited from the leadership of Dennis Smith.
That's right. If they're going to catch him, make him pay.
That's right, man.
He's out, though.
Way to go.
Hey, if they get down their stance, get up. If you got to be up. Pass.
In his 9th season, Smith, number 49, was once again a hard-hitting All-Pro. After a season filled with dynamic performances, Dennis Smith was voted Defensive MVP by his teammates. Smith earned his 3rd Pro Bowl berth, and many felt that outside linebacker Simon Fletcher, number 73, should have, as he led the club in sacks for the 2nd straight season. Carl Mecklenburg, number 77, returned to the Pro Bowl for the 4th time in 5 seasons after another exceptional year. Number 77 was 2nd on the team in sacks and 1st in total tackles, something he credits in large part to the man who plays in front of him.
Well, a guy that stood out for a couple years in my mind and really makes my job a lot easier is Greg Cragen. When I'm making all the tackles I make, it's because nobody's blocking me and Greg's holding people off.
In his 5th season, nose guard Greg Cragen demonstrated outstanding lateral pursuit. But what he did best was to occupy the middle of the line and wind up at the bottom of the pile. No longer buried in obscurity, Greg Cragen earned a berth in the Pro Bowl because he was both tough and durable.
Oh!
It's fine. Do it again. Let me see. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It doesn't feel that bad, I don't think. We'll give it a try.
Against Philadelphia in Week 8, the Broncos allowed Eagles quarterback Randall Cunningham too much freedom, resulting in a 28-24 defeat. But the next Sunday, they bounced back at home against Pittsburgh.
12-8 sideline option right on two. On two, ready?
Guards Jim Jariga, number 66, and Doug Weidelt, who made the all-rookie team. Tackles Gerald Perry, number 60, and dependable Ken Lanier, number 76. Tight end Clarence Kay, number 88, and center Keith Karts, number 72, manhandled the Steelers all day long. Their protection allowed John Elway to throw for over 260 yards and a touchdown to Vance Johnson. But they also cleared the way for Denver's newfound running game.
Guys, we're going to have to run that thing now. Mix it up, okay? If he slants this way, Doug is just going to nick him and keep coming, and then you drive him by the hole, and then Bobby will cut back.
Bobby Humphrey glided through holes carved by his huge offensive line and fullback Mel Bratton for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Broncos started the second half of the season on the run. After an easy 34-7 pasting of the Steelers at home, the Broncos traveled to Kansas City, where victories have always come hard. The defense stuffed the Chiefs for most of the day and produced Denver's only touchdown.
Allure to throw it on first down, and he is hit and stripped of the ball, picked up on the bounce, and the Broncos will score a touchdown. The touchdown is Greg Cragen.
Cragen's heads-up recovery off of a sack and strip by Alfonso Carricker gave Denver the lead until late in the fourth quarter, when the Chiefs rallied to tie it at 13. With only minutes remaining, the Broncos began an 80-yard drive, thanks to a quarterback who believes that the most direct route to the end zone isn't always a straight line. Working against the clock, number 7 converted critical third down completions to Mark Jackson and proved once more that when a game is on the line, John Elway has few equals.
Is this the play of the game? Sewell in the backfield. Elway, shovel pass, Sewell, 35, 30, cutting back, 25, 20, 15, 10, inside the 10-yard line. The shovel pass to Sewell. And what a run at the end of it. 13-13 tie. This will be the last play of the fourth quarter. Kubiak will hold it just outside the left hash mark. Bridge down, Treadwell's kick on the way, and good!
This exhilarating triumph gave Denver the AFC's best record, and at 8-2, the Broncos had put to rest another ghost that had haunted them in the past.
Can't win in Kansas City! We can't win in Kansas City!
Great job, Greg. Persevere, man.
On a Monday night in Washington, D.C., the Broncos lost John Elway to a stomach virus just hours before the kickoff, putting the pressure on veteran backup quarterback Gary Kubiak. Kubiak's fumble on the third play of the game set up Washington's only touchdown. But it never rattled the veteran quarterback, who rebounded by throwing touchdown passes to fullback Mel Bratton and Ricky Nattiel, number 84. On this windy Monday night, 14 points would be enough because the Broncos' special teams couldn't be fooled. Number 59, Tim Lucas, stuffed a fake punt. and the Redskins never got out of the hole that Mike Horan punted them into. Kick coverage by Keith Bishop, Kip Corrington, Bruce Klosterman, Pat Kelly, Ken Bell, Monty Smith, Brad Hankey, Darren Carrington, and Scott Curtis kept Washington pinned deep in their own territory. Denver's defense held the Redskins to 77 yards on the ground, and Dennis Smith's 2 forced fumbles helped the Broncos overcome adversity and win 14-10. At 9-2, the Broncos suddenly found themselves one victory away from the AFC West title, a distinction they could earn with a win in Mile High Stadium against the Seahawks. All of the elements that had carried the Broncos to this lofty position came together on this championship Sunday. The spotlight was shared by veterans like Mecklenburg and rookies like Warren Powers, number 91, as Denver sacked Seahawk quarterbacks 8 times, intercepted them twice, and recovered 2 fumbles. The offensive line never allowed Elway to be sacked. And number 7 threw 4 first-half touchdown passes, 2 to the irrepressible Vance Johnson, number 82. Scoring strikes to Steve Sewell and Michael Young rounded out a 41-14 victory that clinched Denver's 4th AFC West championship in 6 years.
He just lobs the ball for Mike Young, and he makes the catch. Touchdown.
This was the earliest a Broncos team had ever clinched, and with 4 games to go, Denver only needed to win 1 more game to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Way to go, Coop. Great job, John. Proud of you. Way to go, man.
Since he entered the NFL, John Elway has led his team to more victories than any other quarterback. And in 1989, wide receiver Vance Johnson, number 82, helped to keep Elway's winning percentage at the top. Number 82 pulled in career highs with 76 receptions for 1,095 yards and 7 touchdowns, while enhancing his image as the Broncos' big play, flamboyant wide receiver.
The fire's always there, and it's always going to be lit. I grew the hair long. Hopefully I won't get tackled by it. Dan doesn't want me to get tackled by it. I'll be in trouble if I do. But maybe it's like David and Goliath. When my hair grows long, I get stronger in there.
Vance told me he told you the story of David and Goliath, how long Goliath's hair was. It's Samson, not Vance.
Johnson's performance frequently exceeded expectations. Something that was also true of Denver's first pick in the supplemental draft, running back Bobby Humphrey, number 26. Stress fractures in his foot had cut short his final year at Alabama, and doubts still lingered about the 2-time All-American.
Was Bobby Humphrey's foot really healed? But I felt that, hey, if I can come in and really buckle down and learn what to do and get me on the playing field, I was going to prove that I can be Bobby Humphrey again.
Red 28! Red 28 hot!
Humphrey proved he could take a hit, and his powerful legs gave the Broncos another lethal weapon to go along with Elway's strong arm. By season's end, he had rushed for 1,151 yards, the 3rd best total in team history.
Having watched and coached running backs, I think the greatest asset that Bobby has, he has a unique ability to anticipate where the defense's reaction is going to be. I mean, he'll start making a cut before the hole ever opens up. He has that vision that you see in great runners where he anticipates the right move an awful lot of the time. He's got great power, and he gets stronger as the game goes along. But if I had to say one thing, I'd say he's got tremendous anticipation of where the hole is going to open up.
Number 26 was chosen by his teammates as the offensive MVP.
Bobby Humphrey. the kid is incredible. He's breaking tackles, making a lot of cuts, and when I'm out there blocking, sometimes you see you're blocking the defensive back, and he's like, "Oh hell, here comes that kid again."
Bobby Humphrey's impact was immediate and amazing, especially considering that football wasn't the profession that his mother had in mind for her son.
If I find out you playing football anyway up to that school, you tell those coaches that I am coming up there and they're gonna have some trouble out of me because I do not want you on that football team.
I was playing the trumpet, and she wanted me to be in the band, and that's what she wanted me to do because she was so, afraid that I would get injured.
I wish somebody had tossed him a trumpet instead of football. He'd been better off,
See, Ma, I told you, I made the right choice.
The Cardinals would have preferred seeing a trumpet in his hands instead of a football, especially after Humphrey posted his best day as a pro on a Week 15 Saturday afternoon in Phoenix. Humphrey gained 128 yards on 23 carries to put him over the 1,000-yard barrier, and even threw a touchdown pass to his talented rookie teammate, Mel Bratton.
And it's Humphrey, and he wants to throw the pass, and he does, and it's a touchdown.
It was the farthest the Broncos ever traveled to play a home game, as more than 35,000 Denver fans gave the Broncos the home field advantage. There were 6 quarterback sacks, 2 by number 73 Simon Fletcher, and a fumble was run back for a touchdown by Carl Mecklenburg, number 77.
Change is picked up by Mecklenburg. He's back up on his feet. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He scores.
It was a devastating performance. Touchdown passes to Clarence Kay and Steve Sewell finalized a 37-0 win.
Will go to the goal line, and a leaping touchdown. Steve Sewell, the big play man, does it again.
For the second time in 3 seasons, Denver earned the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Now, it was time to defend their mile-high kingdom against the wild card Pittsburgh Steelers.
Gotta bring it today. Gotta bring it today, baby.
The battle cry back in Pittsburgh is, deck those Broncos, they're just yonkos.
In the divisional playoffs, Denver hoped to explode on offense like they had done in their Week 9 meeting with the Steelers. However, in the first half, the only Broncos scoring came on a short touchdown burst by Mel Bratton and a long field goal by special teams MVP David Treadwell.
Rainbow! Rainbow! Rainbow!
Denver had trouble containing Pittsburgh's Merrill Hodge, number 33, who became the first runner to rush for over 100 yards against the Broncos defense all season.
Hey, Hodge is kicking our ass, y'all. So let's bust this man.
Denver's might couldn't rattle the young Steelers.
Hey, fist up. Me and you.
And no strategy could prevent Pittsburgh from taking a 17-10 third quarter lead.
Hands up, man, let's go. We gotta get the ball.
Eagle Monster rip this one.
We gotta get the ball.
Worley coming to the right side. He gets out to only the 43. Driven back by Cragen. Do we have the first turnover? Yes. Tyrone Blackson comes up with it.
Hell of a job, baby. Hell of a job, baby. It was Cragen. Cragen knocked it out.
In one powerful blow, the Denver defense altered the course of the contest, and John Elway only needed one throw to tie it up at 17. Still, the Steelers refused to collapse and seemed even more determined to knock these mile-high champions off their throne. Leading 23-17 in the final quarter, the Steelers were riding a fairy tale finish.
We're calling us the Cinderella team. We still got our glass slippers intact. Right, still got them on.
With barely 6 minutes remaining, however, John Elway began waltzing Cinderella toward midnight.
Handoff is to Humphrey, back to Elway on the flea flicker. And the throw up the near side for Vance. Makes the catch. Look. Come on.
From the Steelers' 26-yard line, Bobby Humphrey ran the ball 4 straight times, literally dragging Pittsburgh to its own 2-yard line.
Let's go 36 half back lane.
On 3rd down, Dan Reeves crossed up the Steelers by calling on his other talented rookie runner, Mel Bratton.
Come on, get in there. Handoff, Bratton dives, scores. Broncos lead for the first time. Denver 24.
He's still the man.
Still, with more than 2 minutes remaining, it was up to the defense to pull together and win the game.
Listen out! Come in here! Get your ass in here! Get in here! Get in here! Nickel 5, ready?
3rd down and 8. Steelers at their 20. Snap to Brister, it hits his feet, the ball is loose. Picked up by Hodge, and a big pile up. The Broncos recover the fumble.
The clock finally struck 12 for the Steelers, as Randy Robbins' clutch recovery sealed Denver's come-from-behind win and ushered the Broncos back to the AFC Championship game.
We had 3 guys run into. I mean, everything happened.
Hey, the touchdown, you know.
Oh, yeah, 3 guys
The
ran
guy
into
knocks each other down.
Yeah. They all knew what the play was, too. That's what was bad. But
hey, a W is a W is a W. We get to play Cleveland.
We advance.
Good morning from Mile High Stadium. An early start for 2 teams who have been here before. The Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns for the 3rd time in 4 years as the road to the Super Bowl comes through Denver.
Every play, if you don't feel like you got to make the play yourself, you're thinking wrong now. You got to believe you're going to make the play.
Do it today, baby. No tomorrow, baby. Ain't no tomorrow.
You got to line up properly. You got to play the defense. You got to create turnovers.
You got to work your life for this. It's at the doorstep.
They
want it. Who wants to work? Do it.
Okay, man, that's what we're working for all year now. It's right ahead of us. Let's don't let it get away, all right? Let's get active from the start. Let's go.
From the start, the Broncos were determined to prove that they were the AFC's finest, and nothing they did in the first half discouraged that belief.
Ozar drops, throw up the middle, and this one is intercepted at the 35-yard line. Interception, Dennis Smith. Pick up some of the blitz. John flushed out to the right, throws it upfield for a wide open Mike Young. At the 30, at the 20, at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 70 yards, Elway to Mike Young.
And you always know that the most dangerous thing to have John Elway doing is on the move.
Denver's defense heard the call and returned to its punishing big play form. The only batteries in Mile High Stadium were the nearly 76,000 diehards who threw a charge into John Elway's electrifying performance.
Still looking, throws it up the near side for a wide open Mike Young. 40, 30, cuts back, down over the 20.
Let's go 11 personnel, all right, 11. Tim go 89, 69, fullback.
The Broncos with another chance. We've said it before in big playoff games or Orange Bowls or any place else. When you have the chance, you have to score.
You bet.
Elway wants to throw it on 1st and goal. Mobley, touchdown! John Elway just turned to his left, lobbed it over Grayson.
Even without Bobby Humphrey, who was injured in the second quarter, the Broncos were running away with this championship chase.
To Sammy Winder. Sammy starts left, has blocks, dives toward the end zone, scores! 7-yard touchdown run. Sammy Winder running behind Bratton and Wydell.
By the middle of the third quarter, the AFC Championship had turned into another mile-high nightmare for the Cleveland Browns. The sights, sounds, and reminders of past failures were everywhere. However, Browns-Broncos confrontations always seemed to swirl in an eerie atmosphere of suspense, and this gripping conflict was no different. Trailing 24-7, Cleveland finally stiffened. Bernie Kosar regained his touch, and the Browns scrambled back to narrow the Bronco lead to 24-21. The dogs could smell revenge. But while there was concern on the Broncos sideline, there was no panic. It was simply time for another Sunday drive. This journey wasn't without dangerous twists and turns. But with the game's best improviser at the wheel, the Browns were left barking in the dust. After salvaging a first down on 3rd and 10, Elway reached back and put the Browns away for good.
Browns show blitz. Here comes the world. Sewell picks up one. Pass is complete to Winder. 30, 20, 15, 10. Sammy will score!
Sammy Winder hasn't had a lot of chance to do the Mississippi Mud Walk this year, but that's the second time today.
Elway found Sammy Winder inside the 30, and the Broncos get another big play. Third touchdown pass by Elway.
80-yard drive for the Broncos.
The Broncos have never lost an AFC Championship game. The Browns have never been to the Super Bowl. Those streaks will both continue.
Denver's 31-21 lead proved too much for Cleveland. And in the fourth quarter, they were buried in an avalanche of orange.
Come on, get it, pick!
Interceptions by Kip Corrington and Dennis Smith ended Cleveland's comeback hopes.
This time the pass is going to be intercepted at the Denver 45. Dennis Smith over the 50, still on his feet, tackled at the Cleveland 47.
These thefts resulted in 2 David Treadwell field goals and a 37-21 final. For the third time in 4 years, the Denver Broncos won the American Football Conference. And they did it with a style, class, and excitement befitting one of pro football's most colorful and successful organizations. They were mile-high champions again.
John Elway has done it again.
Really had a little help.
Oh, yeah, but what a performance.
Yep, I agree.
The Denver defense has come through. The Broncos have won the AFC Championship for the 4th time. 76,000 are still here.
And this is their tribute to their fans.
Thanks, Lamar. I'm sort of getting used to taking this trophy from you. This is the third time, and I'm really proud of my people. I mean, I look back at this season. We're coming off an 8-8 season last year, and we're coming back in here and going back to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's just incredible. I give all the credit I possibly can to my coaching staff, my scouts, and to my players.